Why that is?
This question you couldn't hear is why all my movies are dealing with ambition going wrong. I will tell you something. I think all my movies are about ambition going right.
Really?
Yes. I haven't watched this movie in 10 years. I haven't watched Operation Avalanche since we made it, thank God. And the only thing I can rewatch is Nirvana the Band the Show episodes because I think they're so funny. But my opinion on these characters, including Jim in Blackberry, is that these guys all did great. I remember thinking this movie was like, this was a hero story. I'm watching Maddie goes in, he got what he wanted. He's not upset at the end. He's like, oh yeah, Owen, I guess, doesn't recognize me. But otherwise, this was a good day for him. And I know that may sound crazy, and of course, it doesn't really map to reality, but I think these characters in some way are heroic because they really wanted something and they went for it, and if you ask them in the moment, at the final moments of the movie, basically wherever I cut to credits on any of them, like, are you happy? They'd all say yes. They'd all be like, yep, this is what I wanted. They all got what they wanted. And sure, there's some disappointment to it. I mean, Matt's definitely going to jail here, but he would go to jail with a confused look on his face. And to me, that's a kind of victory for him. And yeah, I to answer your question more seriously, I think it's because I think as a young person, I had a lot of ambition to do really big things and just, I don't know, like the same things that a lot of young people think where it's like, I'm going to go do something great. And I would witness over and over again my own failure at this. And I would fail at everything I did. Even this film was a huge failure for me for years and years. My shows have been failures, and all my movies at some level have been failures. And in trying to get them out was a big failure. And then I heard this story, and it's a myth of this guy named Gilgamesh. And I'll tell it to you very briefly because all of a sudden my whole life clicked into perspective for me. And here's what happened to this guy, okay? He's an old guy. And he was the king of some kind of kingdom somewhere, and his best friend died. Like, God came and killed his best friend, and he was like, oh, this sucks. I want to live forever. And so he leaves his kingdom, where he's the king, and he goes out on this journey to try to figure out how to live forever, and he meets all of these spirits and people, and they all give him these challenges, and they're like, oh, you want to live forever? Here's what you got to do. You got to not sleep for 1 week, and he tries, and then he can only stay awake for like 2 days, and they're like, oh, you failed. And then another one is like, you got to hold your breath for a certain amount of time. I mean, I'm butchering because I don't know it that well, but then there's this other one where it's like, you got to swim to the bottom of this lake, and you got to get this special little flower, and that'll let you live forever. And he makes it halfway and gets the flower, but then he can't hold on, gets to the top, he's like, fuck, I can't do this. And he fails at everything. And then he gets home. He's like, I'm just going home because I failed at everything. And then he gets home, and as he gets over this one sand dune, he sees his kingdom that he left because he's like, this place sucks. And he sees it, and he starts to cry. And he goes, this place is amazing. I can't believe that it's mine. And he goes back to his castle, and he's happier than he's ever been his whole life. And he dies a happy man. And he didn't get anything that he wanted. I'm going to cry after that. And I thought, oh, this is my life. Like, I will continue to fail at the thing that I want the most, and there's something quite beautiful about that. And that's how I see these characters in these movies, is that they really want something impossible, whether it's a show at the Rivoli, or to make a real school shooting movie, or to fake the moon landing, or to invent a smartphone. And they fail so badly because they just don't have it. Like, they just don't have the thing that you would need to really do it, but it's okay. You know, like there's something beautiful that they tried. Yeah. So that's why.